He's one of those kids that only laughs at real anger. I don't know if you've ever met one of those peaches, but... See, most 2- and 3-year-olds, they laugh at manufactured anger, performative anger. You can go up to a kid that age and just go, rawr, and they're like, and this kid's like, mm-mm. I want to see your blood pressure spike, man. I'm not gay, but I am not above checking out a dude. I'm serious. Like, if I'm at the beach and there's some super fucking, like, just yoked dude there, I'll be like, hey, nice. Very nice. What's your protein intake like? What do you do? Cardio and lift? Of course. And then a hot chick will walk by and I'll go, get the fuck out of here. What are you doing? I think the gayest I ever was in February. That's when I did my shows in Los Angeles and Brad Pitt came to my show. Look, I do not know what year he was born or how many infants he consumes in a week, but that man is stunning, all right? He came into my dressing room. I couldn't make eye contact. Do you understand? Like, I was like, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? He goes, look at me. I was like, no. He goes, come on. I said, shut up. He goes, you want to give me a kiss? I was like, yeah. And he goes, do it. I'm like, I got it, I kiss. What? It wasn't gay. We took a bath later. That was gay, but we talked about sports, so it balanced out, you know? I want to skip a grade. Remember elementary school? You get to like the first day of whatever, 3rd grade, and you're like, where's Brian? And they're like, he skipped. Excuse me? How? And they're like, he can add like a motherfucker. I don't know, he's just 4, 8, 12, he gets it. And then you go, I want to skip. And they're like, don't even think about that. Think about other shit. I'd love to skip in real life. That would be the best program. Like if they were like, all right, if you kill it this year, you have the best year, at the end of the year, a magical fairy or a government official will come to your house and they go, you crushed it this year. And you're like, I know. And then they're like, now you can skip as many years as you want. I'd be like, what the fuck? Really? Mm-hmm. How many do you want to skip? 30? Just land at retirement? I don't want to live much longer than that anyways. 70, maybe 71, you know? 70 so I can be officially old and experience old guy stuff, like people talking to me like I'm a pet. And you ever see that when they're like, hey, how you doing? You're so good. Would you like me to get you anything? I'm like, yeah, put some water in my bowl. What the fuck is this shit? Like, but I don't want to live much longer than that. I mean, I hear people in conversation go like, I want to live to be 100. Really? Have you seen 80? I mean, my dad has a friend that's 87. He looks like a goblin, okay? He is terrifying to look at. And he knows it. He's like, I'm coming around the corner. Don't look at me. He knows it. It's scary. Here's how much it sucks to be that old. When he was 84, he stopped taking his heart medication. And I go, why'd you do that? He goes, I don't want to be here. And if you see him now, you're like, how you doing? He'll go, unfortunately, alive. But he won't take me. The only thing I have going for me with that old stuff is that I will be the best old guy. I already know it. Like, I have their personality. I'm antisocial as shit. I don't want to do anything. Like, whenever anybody says to me, like, hey, man, do you want to go check out I go, no to the rest of your sentence. Whatever it is, I don't want to do it. I don't want to meet new people. Not one more, as long as I live for the rest of my life. That's the same as old people. You can try it if you want. Be like, hey, Grandpa, I want you to meet Steve. And he'll go, fuck Steve. I know everybody I need to know. Dude, having kids makes you do crazy shit. I'm not even proud of some of the things I've done, all right? Last year, it was the first time I ever had somebody bully one of my kids. I didn't respond well. This is what I took my older son to a park. He was 2.5. The cutest little fucking kid. And he walks into the park, and he walks up to a playground set. And as he walks up to it, he steps on it, and an older kid, meaning 4, he goes, you can't play with that. That's mine. And I go, I'll kick your chest through your back. And he goes, what? And I go, I'll stomp you out right now. So he's crying, I'm laughing, everybody's gathered around, right? You can't do that. You can't do anything to a shitty kid. You can curse a lot around them. Not to them, that's an important distinction. Around them, and then you fantasize about them repeating it at home and getting in trouble, and that's very satisfying, all right? But, you know, you gotta put rhythm to it or they won't remember because they're just dumb fucking kids. So you gotta be like, ship his motherfucker, count my balls, lick my dick, eat my ass. And the kid will be like, what's that? Be like, go tell your mom. That's what that is. As they walk by, you can get in one accidental hit. I've tried it, but it's got to, as they're passing, you know, like that, and then they'll be like, shit, piss, motherfucker. He's one of those kids that only laughs at real anger. I don't know if you've ever met one of those peaches, but see, most 2- and 3-year-olds, they laugh at manufactured anger. Performative anger. You can go up to a kid that age and just go, rawr, and they're like, and this kid's like, I want to see your blood pressure spike, man. The hardest I've ever seen him laugh, it's not even close. It's when he flushed my car keys down the toilet. It was my fault, I guess. I didn't hang them up. I put them on the coffee table that I also bought, and I was laying on the couch, you know, it was a long day. I see his little ass come in the room, see the keys, and he's like, and I go, no, don't. And he picks them up, and he goes, chase me. Down the hall. I go, okay. I give him a head start. He's 3. When I stand up, I see him dip into the bathroom. I'm like, no. And when I get there, and I lose my shit. I don't yell at him. I'm just yelling at my life, you know? I'm like, fuck! No! Fuck! And when I turn, he's like, that's what I'm talking about right there.
But we as a nation, we have been traumatized by these horrific laws and people being imprisoned for having weed. And it highlights the absurdity of not only it having been illegal and so crazy for so many years, but also highlights how the next generation will not believe our stories about it at all. There's a 0% chance they will understand what we're talking about. It'd be like trying to tell a kid now, like, hey, you know, pigeons used to deliver messages to people. They'd be like, the fuck are you saying right now? It'll be the same thing. I'm gonna sit my son down one day and be like, you know, when I was your age, to get weed, I almost died. And he'll be like, why? Was 7-Eleven on fire or something? They didn't sell it at 7-Eleven. Daddy used to get in cars with strangers. Where are we going? Chill out, all right. And 3-hour round trips to buy weed. And if you're like, oh, what kind of weight were you moving? $20 worth of marijuana. That kind of major shit. I bought weed from a dude in a standalone trailer one time. Not a trailer park, a solo trailer. The most terrifying housing situation that exists. Like where other trailer people are like, get the fuck out of here, and they kick him out. I just walk up to that shit, 15. And this dude's like, you trying to get a sack? I was like, oh shit, yeah. He goes, we could go do that. I was like, all right, cool. And he goes, we just need to go get it. I was like, you don't fucking have it? Isn't that your sole responsibility? So I tried to play cool. I was like, all right, let's go get it. He goes, I'll go get it. You stay here and watch my place. And I was like, okay. And he goes, there's a 357 and a shotgun on my bed. Anybody comes in here, blast them. Inside, paralysis. But what I said was, that's what's up. Like, yeah, man. And then he stopped at the door and he goes, but don't shoot my mom. I go, can we get a description before we agree to terms?
What were we talking about before? Oh yeah, my mom. So here's how I stopped arguing with her. I hope if you're in a similar situation with a parent, you have an epiphany the way I did. Here's the circumstance, right? She calls me late last year. There were fires in LA. And she goes, Tommy. She's not local, if you don't know yet. If you're like, why does she talk so fucking weird? She's from South America, Peru, to be specific, okay? So she calls me, and she goes, Tommy. And I go, yeah. She goes, the fires, they are bad? And I go, yeah. Usually they're good, but this is a bad one. And she goes, people are dying? I go, if they're in the fire, yeah. It's fire. And she lives in Florida, so she goes, you have fires, we have hurricanes. People are dying everywhere. And I go, it sounds like you have the news on. Is there anything else you want to report? And she goes, I think it's happening for a reason. And I go, it is. They're called weather patterns. And she goes, no. I think God is trying to send us a message. That's what I go. I go, what's the message? She goes, I think he's trying to tell us to be better people. And you know when somebody says something and you can feel with certainty that you're going to argue with them? Like as words leave their lips, you're like, I'm going to light you up pretty hard. I could feel seething anger growing, and I could hear my own argument in my head. I could hear my own voice say, you mean to tell me that our all-knowing and all-loving and all-present God is setting people on fire and drowning them in hurricanes so that we hug more? This is the stupidest shit I have ever heard in my entire life. But right before I said it, I had that moment. I had that thought where I go, what is the point? Why argue with this demon woman, you know? Just let Lucifer's sister have her way. You're not going to change her mind. So for the first time in my life, I took a deep breath and I just went, yeah, I could see why he would do that. Hope he stops killing us. Ha 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 ha. And she knew. She goes, what? I go, you make a good point. And she goes, why are you doing this? Why are you meaning why aren't you arguing with me? I go, Mom, I don't know. Who cares? You're right, I'm wrong, so what? And she goes, Tommy, do you know what? I go, what? She goes, I always knew you were a little bitch, Tommy. And I go, what? And she goes, ciao, puto. And she hung up the phone. But it's wild when you find out something new after knowing people that long, you know? I've known these guys like 25, 30 years. And I found out last week. So 25 years into these friendships that I'm the only one who eats ass in that entire group. Isn't that crazy to you? Like, I guess I'm friends with a bunch of third graders? I don't know, like. One of the guys is newly in love too, Justin, newly in love. And usually newly in love people are really on board, you know, because everything's rainbows and butterflies for them. Like every day Justin's like, ha ha ha, I'm in love. I go, that's great. Did you eat her ass? And he's like, no. I said, so you don't like her? And he was like, no, I do. And I said, no, you don't. If you did, you'd give her the sweetest kiss of all, you know?